right?
Yeah, Curtice, Kevin Curtice, yeah.
Does it matter which order I announce them in, or am I doing top to bottom?
Top to bottom.
Table, please announce the second fighters.
We'd be glad to. Our second undercard features Seth Snodgrass from Wildmer, California.
Red corner, please, fighter.
And his opponent, Kevin Curtice from Downey, California.
Blue corner, please, fighter. Table ready?
Table is ready.
Line judges, ready? Fighters to the center of the ring. Please pay respects to your table. Pay respects to your fighter. Fighters ready? Fight!
So this match actually features a couple of our newer members. They've been fighting for about, let's say about 6 months. The thing is, you'll notice that both of them are both-handed, two-handed fighters. So you'll see kind of a similar kind of a pace to the fight before.
Hold! Point, red, fighters ready. Fight!
They both seem very cautious. Is that common amongst people that are starting off, or do you think that experience makes you more decisive in your combat?
I think it depends on the opponents or the personal.
Point, red, fighters ready.
And the reason being is that
Fight!
when you start off, you're not used to getting hit. Veterans, like let's say. Terry Birnbaum, who's
Point blue, fighters ready.
It's a nice breezy, about 80 degrees. It's nice
Fight!
here, by the way.
Yeah.
But the people like the veterans like Terry or some of the fighters that we have that kind of later in the card, you'll see a definitely different level of confidence.
Point red, fighters ready.
Some are purposely motionless.
Fight!
Some are purposely aggressive. It just depends on the mindset. It's funny because both of them chose red LEDs,
right?
Which means they like the Darth Vader aspect.
Yeah.
So
who doesn't? Yeah.
Hold!
But
the end of Rogue One, seriously. Oh my God.
Point blue,
I noticed
fighters ready.
Blue fighter changed things up and actually went and gripped his sword with just one hand at the bottom of the pommel. What would be the reason to change the grip like that? Why would you do that? Try to get more
Point
reach
red, fighters ready.
There's it's funny because
Fight!
fighting two-handed doesn't mean that you stay two-handed. Doesn't mean that you're locked in two-handed. Sometimes you just need to get that extra 1 inch, 2 inches, to get
Hold!
in. Or you may be removing your top.
Point blue, fighters ready.
Have and miss, especially if you're getting hit in the hand.
Fight!
Sometimes you want to remove the target. So a lot of times I personally even with my kendo training, I'm learning from TSL, especially if you see these kind of exchanges.
Point blue, fighters ready.
A lot of the seasoned fighters are actually one-handed. That could be from more Western influence, a little bit more from like fencing or longsword. Good timing.
Point blue. 5 points, gentlemen. Please switch positions in the ring.
Close match. Close match.
Yeah, very close match.
Good. The good thing about these types of matches too is that you don't
Fighters
see
ready?
any animosity. They're really trying to enjoy this. They're trying to find openings. And it's funny because even though they kind of fight similar, I mean, look at their footwork, how they point their blade, how they move.
Hold!
Do you prefer fighting
Blue,
people
point.
outside of
Fighters ready.
your immediate organization, or do you prefer fighting people within the dewbacks?
Dewbacks first and foremost. We want, of course, we want to have our dewbacks participate, right? And so, TSL, like, especially like some of the other charters, we have these regional meets. California is a little bit of a different engine. We have so many.
Blue, point. Fighters ready.
We have so many different saber groups here that like to fight. Now we have our main TSL member.
Blue,
and
point.
You actually have
Fighters
to be a TSL
ready.
member to be able to participate in an event like this. However, it doesn't mean that we don't like to cross-pollinate.
Right.
I think cross-pollination, especially coming from a traditional background, and not being able to fight, like let's say Eskrima, or not being able to fight,
Red, point. Fighters ready.
even as going to fight, like SCA, right?
Fight.
I think limits, are how we evolve and how we get better. And so I think that's a great point. But the thing is, and I think I've kind of mentioned this in the past too, is that
Blue, point.
that's the big.
Fighters ready.
By the way, score 9-5 first set, blew up. It's a match point.
Yeah, it really turned it around after the break.
Absolutely.
Really, really did.
Oh! What's he doing? Blue is changing his style a little bit here.
Hold.
Oh!
Blue, point.
High.
10 points. Round 1 goes to Blue Fighter. Please return to your
go.
quarters, Fighter.
Blue switching it up, bringing a
Feel
little
free
bit
to
of
take a short breather and get a drink of
deception
water.
to that.
That was really interesting. Those are some very interesting matches. Everybody seemed to be fighting in a very similar style. I'm really anxious to see the pike and see some of the more exotic things that you guys have to offer.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's literally right now.
All right, well, we take this break.
We are a little bit
now that you're starting
early
to
in
see
the
what we
match,
do.
so
The audience
the other
participation
countries
part
allowing
is
to get them a
also
little bit
fun
more
of this. There's
experience.
a fighter that you like, or just a color that you
we
like.
hope
Or you
that
just like seeing people get
they
hit with
get a
lightsabers.
chance to work.
If you see a point
And
score,
these
feel
guys
free to
learn
cheer, to clap,
all the
feel free to
time,
get
from these
involved,
kinds of
feel free
matches, so
to
it's
try and
great.
psych up your fighters. Scream out, go get them, whatever you're into. The audience participation is also fun for us, as it is for you. So feel free to get involved. This isn't a silent event.
So this seems very physically taxing to me. What kind of physical condition do people have coming in, being in somewhat poor physical condition, and
Line judges, ready?
after doing this for a while, actually sort of improving
Table ready?
their conditioning?
Fighters to the center of the ring.
Jim, this is one of those beauty things is that
Fighters ready?
Anybody can come in and do this, right?
Fight!
You don't have to be a martial artist. I mean, actually, going down some of the lists that what they're used to. We actually got a handful of people that their only martial art experience is custom saber dueling. So, these two, for example, both of them don't have any martial art experience, but they've picked this up in a short amount of time.
Hold!
While it may not be as
Red,
dynamic
point! Fighters ready?
yet, but the basics are there.
Fight!
They're getting their how do you say their confidence to be able to go in, and they're starting to try new things. I mean, we saw we saw Kevin actually try a couple of new things, and they're looking at things like the
Red, point! Fighters ready? Fight!
I'm actually personally really excited. We got a very nice turnout here at the convention for this. I have to say there was some concern about this being primarily a game convention and how much people would want to forego their active gaming for something that was basically a passive
We have a split decision. I saw simultaneous score. First simultaneous of the match. Fighters ready? Fight!
The funny thing is that we were just talking about earlier about that these gentlemen and how this is at a gaming convention. There's a lot more to this that's in common with gaming than we think. And the funny thing is,
Red, point! Fighters ready?
The fact that like
Fight!
say certain RPG gamers, They like to be able to understand what min max. You know, they try to be able. These gentlemen are the same. You know, they're pushing the limits. You know, they want to know, well, what's the maximum length size of my saber? How long can that be? How much armor do I need?
Oh!
I can't move this armor. Can I cut this off?
Right.
Blue point. Fighters ready.
And so it's interesting. And the other thing is,
Fight.
our fighters are actually gamers on the back end. They're just now putting things into application. And so, you know, hopefully, you know, something like this. I mean, you know, especially with the involvement, you know, and then they
Oh!
ooh, nice.
That was really nice.
Nice.
Red point. Please hold time.
Hi.
You all right?
But you know,
Fighters ready. Timer ready.
Downstairs with their gear on. They
Fight!
had conversations, and you know, people were, you know, just, you know, it may not, you know, as of right now, because this is something that's kind of new. You know, maybe it'll take a little bit of time to grow, but we hope it does grow and it starts to burn a little bit.
Yeah.
And if we can get.
Well, I'll tell you right now that our organization is pretty excited
Oh!
about coming on board and continuing our commitment and doing
Red
this,
point.
you know, annually.
5 points, gentlemen. Let's
You have
switch
free conventions
positions in
every
the
year. You're
ring.
welcome here anytime, and anybody out there that wants to come check this out as well, they're welcome here, and you can find
Fighters
us
ready?
at www.strategicon.net if you're ever curious about this organization
Fight!
as well.
Awesome. Well, we appreciate the opportunity to come down here and, you know, and showcase. These gentlemen worked hard the last, you know, 6-7 months to kind of get into a position where, you know, they can kind of show off. You know, especially, you know, like Seth and Kevin both. You know, I mean, right now this is.
We have a split decision. I saw simultaneous
it is-
strike. Second to
they're
this
at
match.
their
Fighters
beginning,
ready.
but they're growing. And
Fight!
so, you know, hopefully, you know, we'll see a rematch. You know, let's say like at OrcCon in February, and you know, and it's just hopefully see, you know, the viewers and the members can see how much they've grown since then.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of exciting.
Yeah, and really, I think that this is the depth of this sport is far more
Oh!
than just the fandom. I think that there's a lot.
Red point. Fighters ready.
There's a lot of exciting content in just the fact that just the
Fight!
fighting and the training and just watching people do basically a sport and an art form in general that's sort of forgotten and lost nowadays. You know, you see things in movies, you see things here and there, but there's not a lot of people that are actually practicing the
Oh!
play, whether it be fencing, whether it be
Red
it's,
point.
and
Fighters
I like
ready.
it's sort of like this modern sort of fandom
Fight!
bringing something that's ancient and revered to greater popularity.
Absolutely. The other thing too is that I think it's a great time to be a Star Wars fan.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, you know,
Oh!
you know, I'm coming up on 40, and you know, I know, you know, we've known
We
each
have
other
a split
for quite a while,
decision.
but
I saw Blue's
when we were
Thrust
young,
get there first. Blue point. Fighters ready.
you know, being a Star Wars fan was being
Fight!
your outcast. You know?
Star Wars changed my life, you know, and I know a lot of people that not only enjoy Star Wars because of the fantastic story that's told and the visual impact that it
Oh!
has, also are deeply
Blue
committed to
point.
philosophy.
Fighters ready.
And you know, you guys
Fight!
and your philosophy of bringing people together, of bringing communities together, of
Time.
you know,
Round 2. Score 7-3. Goes to our red
building
fighter.
communities is Strategicon.
That gives us an even
Absolutely.
1-1. We will have one more round. Please
STL is
return to
about
corners. Grab a
it's a
drink of
marriage made in
water.
heaven, and I do think that my value set has been significantly changed by Star Wars and my conceptualization of right and wrong, and I think that a lot of people from my generation or our generation would agree. That,
Absolutely.
you know, that there's the division between black and white and right and wrong, and especially now in a world where we live, where there's so much gray area and so much interpretation of even fact and truth, that having something like this in your life is great.
Absolutely. You know, the one of the great things, you know, that's being passed on to a new generation of kids.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if we had some of this stuff when we were younger, you know,
I would have gone bat crazy.
exactly.
I'll tell you that right now.
Absolutely. The other thing too is, I mean, you know, our love of Star Wars. You know, the fact that, you know, now we can actually live out some of those fantasies of playing with our flashlights and, you know,
Yeah, exactly.
the lightsaber. And so, it's just a match made in heaven with regards to Star Wars fan, you know, martial arts fan. Some of us started martial arts because we love Star Wars. You know,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah. I mean, so just out of curiosity, entry level. What are we talking
Fighters
about
ready?
expense wise?
Well, your main cost is gonna
Table
be
ready?
is gonna be your saber.
Line judges ready?
You know, it's definitely gonna be your saber. But
Fighters ready.
there are you know,
Fight!
great options out there. You know, now what I need to do now, I really need to plug one of our vendor sponsors, Vader's Vault. They make very quality. You'll see some of our members, you know,
Blue
use some
point.
material.
Fighters ready.
However, you know,
Fight!
we have to make sure, you know, that they are. Vader's Vault is high end. They have different tiers, you know, and so they have to understand the saber quality too. You know, to me, Vader's Vault is the Cadillac. You know, this is the one that you want.
Hold!
You know, quality,
Blue
sound.
point. Fighters
And
ready.
there are other vendors out there, but you gotta find.
Fight!
You know, I mean, if you understand Jedi lore, Sith lore, right? Part of, you know, becoming or passing that is finding the saber.
Yeah,
for you, right?
forging your saber.
Saber.
Yeah, finding your kyber crystal and forging your saber.
Hold!
It's a big part of the mythology. But you know,
Red
would you say
point.
that
Fighters
it's
ready.
not worth going out and buying a very
Fight!
expensive saber when you're starting out? Is there a difference in that the gear will make?
Hold!
You know, a better construction
Blue
lighter saber.
point.
Would it
Fighters
would you
ready.
learn better with a better equipment, or are you okay just
Fight!
basically getting something raw and just going from there?
To be very honest, I mean, be frank too, is that I can, you know, you can actually do this with a Pro Q or a broomstick. I mean, I think many of us did that when we were kids. You know,
Hold!
the saber is a very intimate, you know, it's an intimate
Blue
part
point.
of, you know,
Fighters ready.
but so, you know, cost can vary. You know, you
Fight!
can get a decent dueling saber like the one that we have in front of us, right, from about, you know, a grab bag $55, you know, or like I was mentioning, it's like the Cadillac, you know, Vader's Vault.
Yeah, so
Hold!
bookend it for me, man.
Red
So
point.
you can, I mean, you know,
Fighters
you can
ready.
go cheap side, you know, and knowing what the quality is,
Fight!
$55 as a startup, not knowing what color you're gonna get.
Hold!
Or you can go,
Blue
you know,
point.
anywhere from
5
$600,
points, gentlemen. Let's please switch
$700.
positions in the
You
ring.
know, a very dual ready saber. But like anything, there's maintenance. You know, understanding,
Fighters
you know,
ready?
the polycarbonate blade. If you don't understand the internals or, you know, the how your saber is made, right? There's certain sabers that you should fight with, there's certain
Red
sabers you shouldn't
point.
fight with.
Fighters
you know,
ready.
and that, I think, just has to come with experience.
Fight!
And knowing what you like, knowing if that is, you know,
Hold!
that fits your style.
We have a
But,
split
I mean,
decision. I
if
saw
you
red
really-
score the
if you
point
really wanna
first.
talk
Red
cost,
point. Fighters
in
ready.
this realm, a lot of people don't get
Fight!
to see when you know who Ahsoka Tano is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Anakin Skywalker's, you know, Padawan.
Padawan, yeah.
So
Oh!
she has dual sets of.
White
Red point.
She also
Fighters
had her,
ready.
yellow and green. So the
Fight!
hardest thing about her sabers were in the beginning. Well, her bunny ear sabers weren't that too hard.
Hold!
She had her new sabers, her white sabers are
Blue
very curved
point.
and they're
Fighters
very,
ready.
oval. They're not like a straight circle
Fight!
like you see some of our sabers out here.
Right.
Those kind of sabers are very hard to manufacture, and there's only a handful of people that know how to manufacture them. So, you know, when it comes to demand, people want
Oh!
that saber, especially some of the female
Red
cosplayers that do
point.
Ahsoka Tano.
Fighters ready.
But a good pair of those sabers can go anywhere
Fight!
from, you know, $1,500, $2,000. You know,
Good goddamn.
Hold!
no, absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely. We have a
Blue
saber that we're
point.
demonstrating over
Fighters
on
ready.
Shadow Crest Design, who does
Fight.
a lot of etching. He does a lot of, you know, he's actually a TSL member as well, a sponsor for TSL 2. We actually have a saber on his table right now that goes for about $1,000 because it's got a full chassis.
Blue
And
point.
it's got
Fighters
a crystal
ready.
chamber. So
Yeah.
it just really,
Fight.
and those things you
And I
really.
saw a powder coat and a bunch
yeah.
of other things, and this incredible like, etching. I mean, the amount of detail is just amazing. I mean, they're gorgeous works of art.
Now the question is, do you want to take something that into the ring like these gentlemen, like Seth and Kevin? You know, you're gonna want something functional. I mean, both their sabers right now, I don't think you can hear sound, which
Blue
means they
point. Fighters
functional
ready.
rather than something that's more sound.
Fight!
Although we have a couple of guys that do have functional sabers with the sound for dueling purposes. So right now it's a match point. So next point wins.
Hold!
So it goes. Blue is up 9-6.
Blue point.
blue winner.
10 points. 2 wins. Blue fighter. The winner of fight 2. Blue fighter. Fighters, please pay respect to your fighter. Please pay respects to your table.
So we're going to take a quick break real quick.
And once you get ungeared, bring the
And we're going to have our starting match ready coming up soon.
All right, we're going to take about a 10, maybe 15-minute break while we get our next fighters geared up and ready, and we get our next set of line judges. Please feel free to grab a drink of water in the corner. Visit us at our front table to get more information. Visit our vendors to learn more about sabers, saber blades, various things that people do in our community. And we'll see you back in, say, about 10 minutes.